what are you seeing out there in terms of the business response and how they've responded compared to where we were 3 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I see, two models that worked really well several years ago rapidly change. One of those is trying to get down to the smallest number of suppliers supporting your business. There's a lot of work now to maybe reduce that to a handful versus one or two because of the pandemic, because of logistic issues. And two is going from just in time to just in case. So a really interesting statistic that I came across was, I think it was October of last year, inventory levels in the US increased by 7%. So organizations are trying to combat against what's happening with the pandemic and shipping issues and issues with suppliers and trying to build up inventories. So yeah, two different things that are happening now that a couple of years ago probably weren't being considered at all, which is really interesting.
Yeah. So what do you think if organizations are effectively moving around the market potentially more than ever before? So they're bringing on new suppliers, they're dealing with more suppliers potentially. What do you think are some strategies to help organizations navigate through what is a pretty interesting and challenging time with so many suppliers, moving in and out of organizations?
Yeah, so I think it's really about, articulating your vision as far as value. And part of that could be, risk and risk mitigation, right? Because that, funds into the bigger value picture, but really articulating what that means for your organization and then cascading that through how you start to source with suppliers, how you develop relationships with them, how you collaborate with them, right? So it's that initial understanding of what value really and truly means to your organization, and then how it propagates out. And through that, I think, really developing solid relationships with current suppliers, new suppliers, you're able to weather the storm together. You're working collaboratively, you're a customer of choice with them, right? They know what your values are, you understand theirs. And I think that definitely strengthens how you're able to navigate through the new landscape that's out there.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. So what you're saying is that we can take with us SRM principles, even though we are potentially changing suppliers. And what you're saying there is we bring with us those SRM principles of collaboration, transparency, and alignment in terms of value. So even though we're working with a new supplier, we can still really build a foundation from SRM and make sure that we kick off on the right foot, even though potentially we're asking the supplier to get up the curve in terms of our values and what we're looking to get from the relationship. But we build a really strong foundation from the start. I think that's a really good point.